Good morning. Okay. Good morning. Um, I know I haven't done any of my live videos or YouTube videos in a while. I've been kind of dealing with a few little things, trying to get some things in order, trying to get some things back on track, um, and everything. So, um, let's play catch up, shall we? Basically, in a nutshell, y'all know this is my little time where I go on and I pretty much talk about current events, talk about things that are, going on in the world and stuff like that. So, um, a lot of buzz on social media lately about R. Kelly. You know, everybody is kind of split and all, split on both sides on it. Some people say that, it's because, it's a black thing. Some people say, what he's doing or what he's done is pretty much, you know, is sick. It's deplorable and it should not be about color. It should be about the fact that, he's dealing with underage women. Well, I mean, first of all, let's just face it, the world itself is not a pretty place. Thus the reason why I call this broadcast The Ugly Truth. Because let's face it, people don't want to hear reality. People love to live in fantasy. They love that fake reality. Thus the reason why you have a lot of these reality shows that have no basis in reality, but they're popular as all outdoors. I refer to Real Housewives series, the real hit Love and Hip Hop and all of these other shows. I mean, these shows basically have no they have no basis in reality. I mean, you're basically taking a bunch of obscure musicians and musical artists and giving them a second chance at revamping their careers. I mean, come on now. You know, I mean, shows like Survivor and Big Brother and Celebrity Big Brother and all this other stuff. I mean, you want to show me Survivor? Fine. Take take a bunch of millionaires and make them live as lower class citizens, lower income citizens live for just 1 month or even 1 year. Make them live how the average American lives, which is below the poverty line, and see how many of them last or survive. You won't have many of them last. They'll crack up. Oh, I want my private jet. I want my cars. I want my money and everything like that. They wouldn't last a week. So, you know, I don't subscribe to that. I have friends that love those shows and they swear by those shows and they watch those shows faithfully. I don't I don't knock them for what they do, but you know, come on now, there's no basis in reality. We got too much stuff going on in the world for us not to be paying attention to the reality that we live in. I mean, right now, you know, we have people like, we have people like R. Kelly that are out here, messing with underage girls. I mean, come on now. You know, come on, Mr. Kelly. I mean, you making money on top of money. You making hit songs on top of hit songs. There's no reason for you to want to mess with an underage girl. I mean, I'm sorry. You can't justify it. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, okay, I know psychologically, there are some men and women out there that feel like if you get that person when they're young, you have a better chance of building a relationship with them because they don't have all of the life experiences." I mean, that's a load of crap. I mean, let's face it. That's you avoiding trying to even have a healthy relationship with an adult. That's to me, it's deplorable, and it's just plain sick. I mean, and the fact that they're trying to drag Michael Jackson's name back into the news and everything like that. I mean, come on now. You already established that this man didn't do none of the things that he was accused of his entire adult life. I mean, let the man rest in peace. Let the man rest his afterlife in peace. I mean, it took for him to die for these people to come forward and say, "Hey, we lied, and he didn't do anything, and our parents put us up to this." I mean, that when does it stop? I mean, there are so many things that are going wrong in this world because, like I said, we focus our attentions on where they shouldn't be, and instead of focusing our attentions on where they should be. I mean, to me, you want to focus your attention on something. Focus your attention on the fact that, you have so many, that between 2015 and 2018, black folks were being hunted, literally hunted and killed. And I don't know if any of you have actually been paying attention in the news or even bothered to keep up with the stories, but a lot of those police officers, they didn't even go to trial. The investigations just quietly got swept under the rug because, and I hate to say it like this, but we as black folks, we need to throw away that proverbial playbook that we've been living by for the last 100 and some odd years. I mean, let's face it, we do the black playbook now so well to where it's second nature. It's like, okay, black person gets shot, we outrage, we voice our opinion on social media, we rebroadcast, we share the videos, we show our outrage. There's some protests that are planned, there's marches, there's vigils that are done, and then after that, everything goes back to normal. Except for the family, who has to constantly deal with the fact that, their 15 minutes of fame is over with, and the public has pretty much, unless they stoke the fires to keep it going in the media, the public will be pretty much then forgot about them, and they're on their own. And you can research a lot of these police officers. Most of those police officers, and initially they were put on administrative leave. Most of them are actually back at work or have been given new jobs and told to keep quiet for the time being until this gets swept out of the public's eye. I mean, this is a sad rhetoric, that basically said, I mean, this is a rhetoric that has been going on for over 100 years. I mean, they used to do that back in the day where, white cop would kill somebody and then bam, you know, white cop would kill somebody and then bam, would kill a black person, and he gets shipped off to another county or something like that. I mean, these are the realities that we're looking at. I mean, the amount of social injustice. I mean, and I mean back to the whole pedophile thing. I mean, we're going to have to come up with a we're going to have to come up with a better deterrent system, because I mean, I just read an article in the news where there's a group of pedophiles that are actually trying to push for this to be an actual way of life. I mean, really, I'm sorry. How can you try to justify this to be a way of life? This is not a way of life. I mean, first of all, messing with someone under the age of 18 is not only sick, it's deplorable. So, I mean, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Like I say, this the whole thing is just crazy. I mean, we have so many crazy things that are going on, and most people are turning a blind eye to it. And like there's an old saying that goes, nobody cares about something until it hits them directly. Don't let these situations that are going on in the world be one of those situations where it has to hit you directly for you to even give a care about what's going on. Take an active role. Talk to your local senator. Talk to your local state rep. Find out about the laws that are on the books. Find out what you can do to get things changed. Get the ball rolling. I mean, you have so many things that you can do as a people, and we're not doing anything. I mean, we're not doing anything. We're not using our social media presence to promote equality. I mean, let's face it, racism is alive, well, strong. It is going to be here for many, many years to come. It's not going to go away in our generation. And please, 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 to all of these people that feel like taking down a statue is going to end racism, here's a news flash for you. You're taking down something that basically the pigeons land on and they crap on. That's all the statue is. I mean, come on now. Taking down a statue, if taking down a statue is going to end racism, then you got a lot of statues you need to start taking down. I mean, let's face it. You're going to have to take down the Washington Memorial, the Washington Monument in D.C., because, I mean, let's face it, George Washington was a slave owner. Might have been the father of our country, but he was still a slave owner. So if you want to be politically correct, you're going to have to take that one down. And then, you're going to have to take down the Jefferson Memorial because, hey, not only was he a slave owner, but he also slept with a lot of his slaves, and bam, he appropriated with a lot of his slaves. So you're going to have to take that down. And you're going to have to take down the Lincoln Memorial because, let's face it, Lincoln, popular to contrary belief, Lincoln did not free the slaves because it was the right thing to do. Stop believing that lie that's being told and everything like that. Lincoln freed the slaves as a battle tactic to try to defeat the South. Wake up and pay attention. Why do you think it took? If Lincoln was going to free the slaves because it was the right thing to do, then tell me something. Why did it take 4 years into the war to finally for him to write the Emancipation Proclamation? I mean, seriously, come on now. Ain't nobody that dense. You can't be that dense in 2019 that you sitting here and still drinking that Kool-Aid. That Kool-Aid is pathetic. And now, you got racists that are being bold. They're bold right now. I mean, they're smelling this. They're smelling the Kool-Aid. They're drinking it. They're serving it up to their friends. They don't care. There was an initiative back in 2016 that would have put Harriet Tubman's face on a $20 bill. Now the Trump administration's like, not so much. I don't think I want to. The president is like, I don't think I want to put a black person's face on a $20 bill. Not so much. And he's going to do everything he can to stop it from happening. I mean, these are the things that we have to look at. This world's not a perfect place, but I mean, focus your energy on where it's going to go. I mean, if you're going to take down statues, hey, let's start taking them down. Mount Rushmore, take that down too. I mean, hell, Statue of Liberty, hey, let's knock it down too. I mean, come on, we can, you're going to, basically in a nutshell, any statue of historical significance is going to have pretty much, any statue of historical significance is going to have some kind of racist or racial background to it. I mean, because let's face it, that was the sign of the times during that time. I mean, those people weren't being recognized because, well, they weren't racist. No, they were being recognized basically because they made contributions to the country. I mean, face it. Look, I went to Nicholls State University in Thibodaux, Louisiana, and trust me, it was named for the former governor of Louisiana, Francis Nichols, and Governor Nichols. No, it wasn't Francis, but I believe it was. Anyway, it was named for him, and believe me, he was a slave owner and a Confederate general. Come on now. I mean, Trump admires a former president that pretty much was a slave owner. Let's face it. There's no such thing as politically correct. I mean, so, focus your energy on where it should be. Stop worrying about the past. Stop worrying about these statues. These statues ain't gonna change these people's hearts. I mean, these people are going to. Wow, I got a lot of gray hair. These statues, these monuments, and all this other stuff that you want to take down. I mean, that's just like for Mardi Gras. This group called Take 'Em Down, NOLA. They wanted to make the Zulus stop painting their faces and stuff like that. Come on now. That's carnival. That's something fun. I mean, it's not, white people, black folks, everybody. They just have fun, so stop Stop trying to make stuff. Stop trying to find racism and everything, and instead of trying to solve the problems that are truly racist, like cops killing black folks. You wanna really strike a blow for racism. Okay, the white woman that lied on Emmett Till all those years ago, sat there in the news last year, I believe last year or the year before, came out and basically said that, in a nutshell, that she lied. And it was her lie that got Emmett Till killed. Why is she not behind bars? Why is there not some kind of punishment, against her? I mean, we quick to jump the gun. We're quick to sit there and, put stuff in the court of public opinion without using the letter of the law. And that's what we need to start doing. We need to start learning the letter of the law. We need to start, showing that these are the things, we're ready for this. I mean, like I say, I don't expect my videos to, blow up and go viral and all this other stuff like that. But, these are just the things that I see when I walk out of my house, and when I, take a look around, and I see things that are, that just bother me, and it's like nobody's saying anything. It's like, okay, if it don't have a famous face to it, who cares? I mean, let's face it, what kind of society are we leaving to the next generation if we can't even solve the simplest of problems? I mean, change the laws. How hard is it, every time there's a school shooting, what happens? Oh, we need to change the gun laws. No, okay. And then, of course, our beloved president, our genius president, decided that he was going to roll back yet another Obama era law, which basically stated that the mentally ill should not be buying firearms. Hey, I agree with that law. First of all, if you're mentally ill, why do you need a gun? If you're mentally ill, you don't need a gun. You're the last person that should ever have a gun in their hands. In fact, you shouldn't even have a pencil in your hands. I'm scared for you to have a spoon in your hands. I mean, let's be honest about it. I mean, we don't focus on things like that, but what's the latest that Kanye West has done, or what's Cardi B and her husband doing, or what's this person and their husband doing? All irrelevant subjects. Let's solve our problems first. Then we solve, I mean, that's the reason why you have so much diversity and everything, is because the people that have the power, that have the money, they have no vested interest in trying to make life better for the average person. There's nothing in it for them. I mean, let's face it, why should they even care whether or not you can put food on your table, or you're able to keep your lights on, or you're able to, feed your family every month? They don't care. That's not their concern. So these are the things that you need to kind of look at and say, okay, hey, you know what? He's right. They don't care. So I need to start caring for myself. I mean, like I said, I don't expect a lot of people to, watch my videos and everything like that. Hell, if I get 5 views, I'm happy and everything. So I'm just saying that if I'm able to reach at least one, that's one more person that's working towards changing this crazy world we live in. So, um, like I say, I'm not gonna ramble on this video. I mean, there's a lot more I probably could talk about. Oh, Jesse Smollett got to be the world's biggest idiot. I mean, he did what he did because he wanted more money. Dude, get a better job. If you felt like Empire wasn't paying you enough money, get another job. Step your career up. Do something more. Don't waste police resources and make it even worse for black folks out here and everything like that by claiming false stories. That's stupid. So, like I say, post and leave your comments in the comment section. And if there's something that you feel like you want me to talk about or discuss in my next episode, feel free to leave that comment below or inbox me, or like I said, leave that comment below. And my next episode will probably be next Saturday morning, or I'll probably start putting out episodes Sunday night. So I hope y'all have a great weekend. Excuse my background. I'm still in the process of getting things settled and everything. I'm gonna have my proper background up eventually. And other than that, you have a great rest of your week.